Cutting across to our panelists this evening, Anmol Panwar continues to stay with us. Sonika Mehrotra, National Spokesperson, Congress. Rohan Gupta, National Spokesperson, BJP. Amitabh Tiwari, political strategist and commentator. Aarti Jairat, senior journalist. Rajat Sethi, political commentator. Aarti Jairat, for somebody who's been watching the proceedings where Delhi is concerned, you know, the BJP is understandably ecstatic. It's a win that has been scripted post 27 years, so 27 years in the coming. When you're picking the chief minister, what do you think will be on the top of BJP's mind this time around?
I think what would be at the top of the BJP's mind is somebody who is in sync with the central government. Because, you know, Delhi has this very odd structure where it is a city-state. The key, powers like police, land, law and order, they rest with the central government. And the chief minister has to be in sync with the central government so that it's smooth running. I think one of the reasons why the BJP the people of Delhi chose the BJP is that they were quite, sick and tired of this daily confrontation between the Delhi government of Arvind Kejriwal and the center. And I think that the people of Delhi want, that kind of confrontation to end. They want to see people, they want to see the center and Delhi government being in sync with each other. And of course, in sync with the LG, who plays a very important role in the Delhi structure, because he has to approve all the decisions of the Delhi government before they are actually implemented. So my feeling is that will be at the top of the BJP's mind when they choose.
But Aarti Jairat, bring in, Amitabh Tiwari into this conversation. Is it even a question? The BJP can elect anyone. And would you think there's going to be conflict? There's going to be no conflict because we've seen nearly 40 of the 48 MLAs already coming in and each of them. And that's party discipline. You've got to give it to that. Whoever it is, usko mala pehlayenge, celebrate karenge, and time will begin to govern. So you can sense that where the BJP MLAs are concerned. Amitabh Tiwari, a lot is being spoken of in terms of the caste dynamics and the caste calculations. Parvesh Verma, many would think, natural selection, defeated Arvind Kejriwal, great messaging to the Delhi cadre. But on the other hand, if there is delimitation, if there's redrawing of Delhi boundaries, a lot other factors will also play in.
Yeah, so of course, caste is one of the factors. However, caste is not a big factor in Delhi elections. It's largely socioeconomic class, but caste is a factor to send a political message nationally. So caste will be a factor, age will be a factor, because we've seen that the BJP has adopted for a generational change in states like MP, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Odisha. So age is a factor, experience is a factor, because Delhi is a tricky state. It has multiple agencies with which the new chief minister will have to coordinate and implement the various social welfare measures which the party has announced, as well as the cleaning of the Yamuna and the air pollution issue, which are long pending issues and which are not easier issues to solve. So all these factors will be kept in mind, and of course the messaging factor, because there will be elections in Bihar, there are going to be elections in Punjab. So do we see a member from the Punjabi Khatri community, Ashish Sood, or any other caste or creed like a Jat or a lower OBC?
Amitabh ji, I'm just coming in, and the reason why is because one of the probables, who's apparently one of the front runners along with Parvesh, is speaking. Rekha Gupta, listen in. All right, Shikha Rai. That is not Rekha Gupta. Shikha Rai. Shikha Rai defeated Saurabh Bhardwaj from the constituency of Greater Kerala.
महिला मुख्यमंत्री होनी चाहिए दिल्ली में।
हमारी पार्टी का निर्णय सर्वश्रेष्ठ होता है। मैंने कहा जो निर्णय होगा हम सब कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर पूरी टीम दिल्ली का संकल्प पूरा करेंगे।
one thing I can safely say, we don't need to play any more reactions of the MLAs coming in. We can play one and it'll practically be speaking for all. Because the 40 reactions that we've got till now have said exactly the same thing, that the High Command will decide and we'll be happy with whatever the High Command decides. What will be the factors? Amitabh Tiwari weighed in on some, and I want to bring in Rajat Sethi on a few others. Rajat Sethi, while in some political parties, political legacy usually adds a point or two in favor of your candidature, could it work against the likes of Parvesh Verma, because then the dynastic tag could stick with Sahib Singh Verma being the former Delhi CM from the BJP?
So, Preeti ji, I believe that, you put a tag like a dynastic tag on somebody who hasn't gone through the grind, who hasn't, crossed that, the acid test or whatever test you want to call it, and risen up the ranks. Here, he doesn't have his father who is pushing him and opening up doors for him. He has to literally knock on every door, every voter's door to every party leader's door to present his case. And he's been doing that. I mean, he was denied a ticket. He did not go out and, go against the discipline of the party. He ensured that he remained a disciplined Karyakarta, and then Karyakartas are eventually rewarded, not the sons and daughters. Here, he has been working hard. He took up a challenge against Kejriwal. By the way, when that challenge, we all know, he was the only man who was confident and who was trying to convince the central leadership that, yes, he will not just fight, he will win that battle. Having that exuberance of confidence and the efforts that he put in, he rose up the ranks. He's proven his mettle. He's proven his political mettle, and therefore that dynastic tag does not stick onto him at all. You cannot. It would be against natural justice that if every son and daughter of a politician is denied an office of politics only because of the fact that he's a son and a daughter. The converse is also true. They should not be given an office only because they are a son and a daughter. That is what Parivarvad is. That is what dynastic politics is. And by any measure of estimation, he does not fit into that tag at all.
Well, that's what we've been discussing. One would suggest that it's Parvesh Verma who defeated Arvind Kejriwal. What would be better, bigger messaging when it comes down to the cadre of the BJP, which hasn't seen a win in 27 years. They've come out, danced to, on other states winning. But what would be stronger messaging other than a Parvesh Verma being appointed their chief minister rather than picking somebody else? Well, like I said, there are a lot of reasons that come into play, a lot of strategic moves, and all of that will culminate together in deciding the name of the 9th Chief Minister of Delhi, Rohan Gupta. I'm sure you don't want to wager a guess on who it will be, but Rohan Gupta, the question now, also, it's a double engine, so there are no excuses. There is an election in the next 2 months in Delhi where it comes down to NCD. It could very well be a triple engine.
Absolutely. So that's why you have rightly said, people have given us big mandates, so our responsibility is bigger. They have been free of government of lies and deceit for last 27 years. So obviously when such a big mandate is put on us, it is our responsibility to ensure that team BJP. See, the time taken is not only for one person, it's for the whole team who are going to deliver the promises made by Modi ji. And let me remind you, on the day when we won these elections, Modi ji clearly said, this is my priority. People of Delhi have put trust on us after 27 years. So I don't want to waste even a single moment and wants to start delivering whatever we have promised as soon as possible. So I think you will see that team Delhi. It's not only about one person. The combination, the team which is capable to ensure that the promises made by Modi ji and BJP are fulfilled within the time frame. They have been fed up with this blame game, the lies. Every day morning you have issue and they are blaming somebody else. Water is not coming. They are putting dharna against their own Jal board. So what people are saying, if you are voted to power to run the government, you cannot play blame game beyond a point. You have to work and show. So they are really fed up and they have given us a chance. So obviously this double engine will have to work and make it convert into triple engine.
And that's the big question, because Anmol Panwar, I would think the understanding within the Aam Aadmi Party is that the MCD is a panoti. And it's best to get rid of it, even if you fathom or hope that there is a chance of a comeback to Delhi. So how aggressively will the Aam Aadmi Party fight the MCD elections post-March?
Preeti ji, we don't take any action any election lightly. हम सारे election जो हैं वो मजबूती से लड़ते हैं. And even in this election, even after 3 terms and some anti-incumbency, the 44% people of Delhi voted for us. So half of the Delhi voted for us. And now, because BJP has a double-engine government, they were seeking votes on the basis of the fact that we have governments in 20 states and there's a tussle between the center and the state. That's why the people should vote for them. Now that the people have given a mandate in their favor, there should not be any excuse. They must deliver on all the promises which they have made for the people of Delhi. And the biggest challenge before them is the fact that, and the people are also concerned about this, that although they have made grand promises to the people of Delhi, but whether the ones who have not been able to build a classroom in Gujarat even after ruling for 25 years, they were taking photographs in a makeshift school, whether they'll be able to provide world-class classrooms to the students, this is a challenge.
All right, that's a wait and watch.
Those who have spent,
spent
48,000 crores for
okay, fair point. So now that they have won Delhi and they've won it emphatically with 48 versus 22 that you have won, it's a fair question that now they'll need to deliver and they need to start delivering quickly because it's a double engine now, which what the BJP promised. I want to cut across to Anika Mehrotra because Anika Mehrotra, we're just taking a moment to reflect right now because there will be a third election coming in very quickly. I would reckon by the end of March, the term of the MCD ends because it's a shorter term and there will be re-elections. And Anika Mehrotra, because you speak so often about Sheila Dikshit's governance, Sheila Dikshit never quite wanted the MCD and never quite governed it. She was the chief minister, but the MCD always lay with the BJP. Is the Congress actually going to look at fighting the MCD election seriously?
Definitely, ma'am. Why not? Because I don't want to repeat the 15 years, but let's start with the CM question that you raised. Let me start with that. Ma'am, whichever way they select, either by purchase system or dictatorial system, as long as the person delivers, this is what Delhiwala wants. And I just hope, ma'am, that they just won't repeat the 1994 episode, wherein in 5 years, there are 3 chief ministers being changed. We just hope Delhi should not see that because that was a disaster and they lost and they could not come back after 27 years. As far as the MCD is concerned, definitely, ma'am, we have to fight for the people of Delhi because you see, in terms of garbage, there were heaps and heaps from Balsawad to the other places. Nothing reduced, ma'am. Jamuna or the street, the drainage system, the narrow lanes, the by lanes, they are in pathetic condition. Similarly, what was in Delhi in the major PWD roads, the 60 feet wide one, which comes under Delhi government. But the back lane, the side lanes, the parks, they were all under the MCD and they are deteriorating. We just hope that, Delhi should come
Anika
back
Mehrotra,
and be
just cutting you short, apologies, reason which Kailash Gehlot, who skipped over from the Aam Aadmi Party to the BJP speaking.
और दिल्ली में जो विकास इतने समय से नहीं हो रहा था वो दिल्ली वासियों को मैं उसकी बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि ऑलरेडी जो घोषणाएं की थी उस पे ऑलरेडी काम चालू हो चुका है सर आप भी होंगे कैबिनेट में होंगे वो आप प्लीज थोड़ा वेट कीजिए उसके लिए काफी सारे रूमर्स चल रहे हैं नामों को लेकर क्या कहेंगे महिला मुख्यमंत्री भी हो सकते हैं सर आप पहले भी कैबिनेट में थे सर इस बार भी कैबिनेट में आप जाने दीजिए प्लीज जाने दो भाई जाने दो गुलशन जी जाने दो.
All right, Kailash Gehlot, Bijwasan is the seat that he won from after he left his seat of Najafgarh. And I would think Kailash Gehlot would be quite, he would have made his peace that he's not getting a cabinet berth. There cannot be 2 Jat faces in a cabinet of 7 because only 10% of the entire assembly's strength can be accommodated as cabinet ministers, and that's just 7. And you already have somebody like a Parvesh Verma, who's an old BJP hand as well as a giant killer this time. Natural selection will demand that Parvesh Verma find that spot. But let's, bring in our other guests into this conversation as I continue to get you live visuals. Bansuri Swaraj, once again, we see the MLAs who have won, but there have been a few from the BJP that have come together to script this spectacular win of 48 of 70. And Basuri Swaraj has been one of those who was a part of the campaign committee. Piyush continues to be with me. I'll cut across to him as well. Piyush, what are you picking up? What's the time when we can expect a name? Are we looking at about 8:15, 8:30? Because MLA is still pouring in, still coming in, so the meeting hasn't started yet.
Well, Preeti, MLAs are still arriving, and but we know that meeting has not begun yet. What we are also seeing is that BJP MPs are also part of this legislature party meeting. Almost all MLAs have arrived. A few are left, and that is why there is some delay in a meeting to start. So we can expect the meeting to start in another 5 to 7 minutes when a few more MLAs reach here, and the meeting likely to go for another an hour. After the meeting comes in, we can expect the party to take a decision and announce it formally. After the Chief Minister is announced, the top leadership of BJP will go to LG House and they will propose to form the government in Delhi. The likes of Parvesh, Verma, Rekha, Gupta, Parveen Khandelwal, Ramdil Binodi, Basuri Swaraj, they all have reached and they are inside. Observers have also reached. Ravi Shankar Prasad and O.P. Dhankar, they are already inside. Before coming here, Ravi Shankar Prasad and O.P. Dhankar had their one-to-one meeting at Ravi Shankar Prasad's residence. So as we are speaking, the MLAs are still arriving, and as the MLAs are inside the BJP headquarters, the celebrations are taking place outside the BJP office, where the BJP workers are dancing on the beats of Dole. They are singing different songs.
Well, you know, that's it. The BJP workers in Delhi have danced way too much for other states. It's their time now, and they are going for it. I want to bring back our guest, Aarti Jairath, who continues to be with us. Somebody who's tracked politics, Aarti Jairath. Is this a second coming of the BJP clearly, but is this a different BJP? And it does seem so. The BJP 27 years ago, 5 years, 3 chief ministers, Mr. Khurana, then you had Sahib Singh Verma, then you had Sushma Swaraj. Nothing quite seemed to be working for the BJP. The BJP unit always seemed fragmented. They never quite found their mojo. Do you think this is different now?
Well, let's hope so, because one of the major problems for the BJP has been factionalism, through the years. And, also there's been a big division between the BJP and the RSS in Delhi, which is why I think the BJP has found it difficult to win Delhi. But this time around, I think there was a lot of cohesion, between the factions, between the BJP and the RSS. The RSS really worked for the BJP this time. And I think the RSS will have a say in who becomes the chief minister. Because, apart from the new chief minister being in sync with the top leadership of the BJP and the central government and the LG, the new chief minister has to be in sync with the RSS, which has contributed significantly to this victory. So, yes, I think we're going to see a different BJP. I think this,
all right, so that's Arvinder Singh Lovely.
जो पार्टी तय करेगी वो होगा
ये कहा जा रहा था नहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता होगा, लेकिन ये कहा जाता था कि सिख मतदाता जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी से बड़ा नाराज है। इस बार 3 भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो विधायक हैं सिख चुनकर आए हैं। आपको लगता है कि एक मैसेज जाना चाहिए?
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का मैसेज जाना चाहिए, दिल्ली के लोगों का मैसेज जाना चाहिए। दिल्ली के लोगों ने जो 11 साल तकलीफ झेली है और दिल्ली जिस बेहाले वाले तरीके में है, दिल्ली का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव स्ट्रक्चर पूरी तरीके से डिस्ट्रॉयड हो गया, उसको ठीक करने का मैसेज जाना चाहिए। वही भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट।
ये माना जाए कि आप मुख्यमंत्री की रेस में हैं?
मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता हूँ, मैं किसी रेस में नहीं हूँ।
सर, क्या मिनिस्ट्री?
So Arvinder Singh Lovely, who's coming from the Congress, there are 6 three sick faces. That one from the BJP, Arvinder Singh Lovely, who came in from the Congress. You have Mr. Sirsa, who's come in from the Akali, who's won from Rajouri Garden. Arvinder Singh Lovely has won from Gandhinagar. And then you have the one who defeated the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, on the seat of Jangpura. Marwa, Mr. Tarvinder Singh Marwa, he's also come in from Congress. So all the three sick faces have come in, not homegrown where the BJP, but from the Congress and the Akali. Will there be a deputy sick face as a chief minister, possibly messaging when it comes down to it, where Punjab is concerned? Punjab has been that one state where the north of the Vindhyas, the BJP has had deep trouble in trying to make inroads, and could a sick deputy face open that door for the BJP there? Well, lots of questions, but the latest that we are getting in is that the meeting, which was to start at about 7 p.m, now will start at about 7:45 p.m. So 8:30 is when we can expect a name on who will be the 9th chief minister when it comes down to Delhi. I want to, get Rajat Sethi back into this conversation, as well as Amitabh Tiwari. Rajat Sethi, we were speaking with, when Aarti Jairath and I were talking, there's possibly now a very different BJP of what it was. For many years, the Delhi BJP state unit was in a state of disarray, never quite coming in together, infighting, just not finding their mojo. Do you think now the old guard will be set aside, and if so, then the likes of Vijender Gupta, 3 times MLA, possibility of the chief minister becomes a tad bit bleak. Satish Upadhyay, who's already been tried and tested. Do you see a newer lot coming in? What's the difference in this new BJP unit?
Well, I don't see this as a prism of choosing who could be those 7 ministers and the chief minister who would lead the BJP. However, it's been a considerably long time, 27 years. One generation has been, is no longer leaders who've come in from the other parties, and they have also had enough time to gel into the BJP's way of functioning, and their utterances, as your camera persons are showing, are largely in tune with the new BJP. They are now speaking the same words as a typical BJP Karyakarta should. You saw Amrinder Lovely ji also talking in the same way, which is a good thing. So BJP has now become this massive edifice where discipline is of paramount importance. You can be a big leader, you can be a big face, but you have to subjugate yourself before the organization. So organization.
Rajat, we are having a bit of a problem with your audio. We're going to try and correct that audio. I want to bring in Amitabh Tiwari on this. Amitabh Tiwari, 27 years in the making of a BJP unit that has finally come and won it for the party. You have Virendra Sachdeva, who finds himself as the chief of the BJP unit, but there have been many before that. 6 months down the line, nobody quite gave BJP a chance, and look where they've come. What a spectacular win. Do you see a marked difference, departure, where the Delhi state unit is concerned? Will we see an influx of many new leaders, the likes of Bansuri Swaraj now being blooded into Delhi politics, to actually grow homegrown BJP leaders, which at least Delhi has not had, strong leadership?
Yeah, but if you see the mandate, clearly the Delhi unit now is a mix of, or a blend of youth and experience. So while we have leaders, or BJP has leaders like Parvesh Verma, Bansuri Swaraj, and even son of Madan Lal Khurana, they also have the benefit of experienced leaders like Satish Upadhyay or a Vijender Gupta. So it's a joint effort of young and experienced leaders, but of course under the leadership of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister, who laid down the strategy of the party as to on what points does the BJP need to target the Aam Aadmi Party. Clearly corruption being one of the planks, and they have made different strategies for different voting groups like Purvanchalis, Punjabi Khatris, and the tax break, which moved the middle class away from the Aam Aadmi Party towards the BJP. So this is a new unit, and the BJP would want to send a message, because we've seen in Delhi that whichever party comes does last for longer tenures, like 10 or 15 years. And BJP, by the way, in many states we've seen has neutralize the concept of anti-incumbency, and we are seeing a pro-incumbency vote for many state governments ruled by the BJP. So they will use this opportunity to solidify this new base, or this newfound base, and try to make gains on the MCD elections coming up, as well as try to implement the Sankalp Patra so that they are able to bat for a long haul here. And cabinet largely is going to be all inclusive, because they have to satisfy or reward the various voting segments which have voted for them. So if you see the 7 cabinet ministers plus 1 speaker, I think that is an easier guess to make, because there's likely to be 1 female for sure, 1 member from the Dalit community, because they won 4 out of 12 reserved seats, 1 from the Sikh community.
Okay.